Facebook friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell, per usual, on this Good Friday afternoon. It is September the 5th, 2025, and it is currently 1:21 p.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. Y'all have to excuse me. I was braiding down my hair so that I can get ready to do it. I don't really want to do a quick weave because I don't want to put any glue in my hair, but I can't sew it in by myself. So I just braided it down, and I have me some comb clips. So I'm going to sew them onto just like a few tracks so I can clip them in or whatever. And then I'll do the top how I want to do the top. Y'all, I'll be over here experimenting and thinking of different ways to do my hair so I can grow it back out. And I have the back growing out really good. Shit, I got the center growing out really good too. Well, it's like twisted up and then pent up. But anyway, I'm going to finish doing my hair after I get back from riding with my daughter so she can, go to work or whatever. But today is my nephew's birthday, so happy birthday, Cairo. Much love from TT. I love you, and I don't know if y'all have any plans, but happy birthday, honey. Mwah. Dizelle, Lacey, somebody tell my nephew I said happy birthday, please. It's also one of my neighbors' birthday, too, so happy birthday, Sean. Much love, much love. Tomorrow is my mom's birthday, so rest in peace, Mom, and I'll be giving you a shout out tomorrow, too. Then my daughter's birthday, my very firstborn child, her birthday is September the 8th, and she'll be 18, oh my God. So, yes, despite of everything I got going on, life still is lifing out here in these streets. But anyway, speaking of the things that I have going on, I feel like my life is just about to change. It's changing, not about to change. It's changing day by day. Like each day I wake up, I feel like another monkey is off my motherfucking back. And I mean, that is like weight on my shoulders and things like that. So I won't complain. I will not complain. Let me throw my little hat on though. Cause I ain't riding like this to take my baby. But anywho, yesterday I was outside chopping it up or whatever, and we were talking about like I gotta hurry up too because I want to leave at least by 1:45 so my baby can get to work on time. But anyway, we were talking about women and witches and warlocks and dating witches and warlocks and you not knowing and things like that. So, he was asking me, he like, have you experienced this, that, and the other? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, see, I'm glad you believe me because some people don't, blase split. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely a such thing as witches, warlocks, and people definitely be out here playing in witchcraft. And the city of Detroit is fucking possessed, flat the fuck out. And I was like, you can tell when they start putting all these candle shops up where you can go and get a candle to do a spell and love spells and money spells and destiny swaps and dumbass bitches and niggas was out here invested. I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't gonna say dumb. People who didn't know what they were doing were investing their energy into spirits that they had no idea what they were capable of, is what I'm going to say. As well as we were talking, and he was like, yeah, because we got a satanic church downtown that was built a few years. Well, I didn't know that. I probably rode past it and never paid it any attention. But I said a couple of years ago, you can tell that the city of Detroit has got possessed when all of them candle shops and witches started popping up and people thought that shit was funny. And we were talking about, I was telling him, like, remember that point in time where people was just going to the river walk and jumping off the river and shit? I'm like, you can tell the city got possessed then. It was just random people, teenagers, going down to the river walk, jumping into the river. when you know that Detroit has one of the strongest currents in the Detroit River. So why in the fuck would you do that other than being out your mind? Even the thought of wanting to commit suicide indicates that you are out of your mind, or that you are in such a low state, in a low vibration, that that's the final thing that you think you can do. That is being possessed. So we was talking about that yesterday. And we happened to get on the subject of like blood magic, putting blood, period blood in the spaghetti to make a nigga fall in love with you, or like women who tend to, hey hon, women who tend to have sex with men while they're on their period and things like that. Or again, putting blood in the red wine or in the spaghetti, and we were talking about that. And I was telling him, I'm like, well, you know, I don't intentionally go around having sex with people, especially on my while I'm on my period. I'm like, but I have had an incident where messing around with the guy, and it was like close to the time that I was supposed to come on, or right after I came off, and it's like once, you know, we interact, it's like he brings it down, or maybe like a little bit of residue from when I was on and I thought I came off, it'll come down or something like that, but never like, oh, I'm on my period, let me go fuck him so he can fall in love with me. No, that's bitches who want to do spells on you. And everything has to have intention behind it. So when a woman puts her period blood in your spaghetti, in your red wine, or she intentionally fucks you when she come on her period, that's an intention. Meaning she has a plan for you. Now, if it accidentally happens, then there's a difference. You know? So, and I was also hearing yesterday after he and I was talking, I'm like, God, you know, back in the day, prostitution, because that's what it's called today, there were people who considered women or men to be doctors, and they would give sex. I'm hearing healing energy. I was also hearing like a blood transfusion. You know how if you're sick and you have to go to the hospital and things like that, you may need a blood transfusion from from a human or another individual who has the same blood type as you. So you need like a bag or two of their blood or something like that. So all the time, if a woman is having sex with you and she's on her period, the intentions may not be bad. Some people have healing blood. Just like only certain people can get plasma from certain people, and you can only get blood from people who have the same blood type as you, some people have healing blood. Like they say, cover me in Jesus' blood and things like that. You think Jesus was out here covering people in his blood with the intentions to fuck them up, or the intention to heal them? If that's the case, if that's how you would like to think about it. So I was saying that one time, like, I have healing energy, healing blood. So even if I accidentally did that, or, you know, we had intimacy while that was happening, I have healing blood. And my intentions for people are always good. Not that I will intentionally be like, okay, you got to do this, you got to do this. But if you happen to run the red light, you're going to be blessed afterwards. I don't agree in doing love spells, sex magic, blood magic, or anything like that. But some people do. And usually when you do a love spell on somebody, it's going to backfire. You cannot force someone to love you. However, you can do the spell on them, and they may actually, that's what we were talking about yesterday. He was like, I know she did a spell on me, I was in love, blase split. You can do a love spell, and the person is going to be in love with you. But then when the spell, the curse, whatever hex you did to them wears off, they're not going to be in love with you anymore. They're going to see the real you. So I'm hearing like Derek and Odette from the Swan Princess. Remember, they were playing in the magic, and she did the spell to make herself look beautiful, to cloak herself in Odette's energy. But Derek finally was like, oh my God, you a witch. Like, where is Odette? You're always going to be exposed for doing black magic. And I was telling him yesterday, I'm like, I don't do black magic. I don't even do good magic. I'm like, but I know that it was done on me before, because I used to be just in love with this guy. And now that I think about it, I can't figure out why I was so in love with him. However, now I don't even fuck with him for real. And he be stalking me. That's a backfire, because you shouldn't have never been playing up in my energy and shit. You know, I don't agree with playing with people's hair and things like that. I don't agree with the fucking shit at all. But it's very real. And it's a lot of people who do. You can go into these candle shops and you can pay witches. I've witnessed it. And I don't go buy candles or none of that shit. I like to go to Inner Sage in Ferndale and get my crystals and get sage. I love her energy in there. And I don't even do witchcraft. Now, the store next door where they got all them skull heads and they do the candles and the sage in there, one day the lady from Inner Sage was gone. So me and my kids went into the other shop or whatever who sells basically the same thing. But she got all type of skull heads and all that type of stuff in there. And I had to tell the lady from Inner Sage, I'm like, dang, I missed you the other time. And I had to go to the other shop and I bought my sage from there. And I couldn't stand it. I didn't like the way it burned. I didn't like the energy I felt when I burned the sage. I didn't even like how I felt when I was walking in the store. But I really needed some sage at that moment. I'm like, I'm never going there to buy no sage or nothing again because just me and that store doesn't get along. However, I go into Inner Sage. My spirit is so nice. It smells really good. I have a nice angelic feel. I like the lady who runs the store. You know, me and my kids, we go in there, we get crystals and all that type of stuff. And I feel really good. So it's always your intentions behind things, you know. So no, you can't just go around here doing spells on people trying to change their perception and change their finances and destiny swap and make them fall in love with you, because then you're going to be the one who get fucked up when all that shit is done and over with. So we were talking about that yesterday, and we was talking about making a difference in the community and things like that. But in the city of Detroit, it's so much wicked shit going on that the whole city needs to be cleansed. And I remember joking a few years ago, I'm like, I'm gonna go to Inner Sage and get me some sage and just start burning and driving up and down the streets and shit like that, because you gotta clear this negative ass energy the fuck out. But you have to learn this type of stuff too, because I don't sit around and research spell work. But once I notice certain things, I do my research. You know, and I had this guy friend, and I was telling him, like, hey, you know, I had a dream, a vision or something that somebody is putting blood inside your food, like inside your red wine or something, or spaghetti or taco salsa or something like that. I'm like, somebody is putting something in your food. But you see, that's why we're supposed to say our prayers and stuff before we eat. And God is going to protect his people no matter what. You know, that's why wicked people always get exposed. You know how they say the darkness will always come to the light? Well, wicked people will always be exposed. You know, and again, it's intention behind things. You cannot go around fucking with people's free will. You just can't. But yeah, we was talking about sex magic and blood magic and bad intentions yesterday. But when I came home last night, well, yesterday evening, I was getting the download, like, not all sex magic is bad magic, because you can also heal through sex. You have healing energy through sex. And it's always your intentions. Like, you can manifest when you have orgasms. You can heal somebody through your sex. Long as your energy is strong enough, powerful enough, and good enough. Just like you can curse somebody during sex with that HIV and shit. Because it's negative energy. And no, I'm not saying that people who have HIV are negative people. That's not what I'm saying. If you watch my videos, you will know that I don't feel that way. But anyway, we were talking about that, and it was making me think of one of my old guy friends or whatever, because it seemed like every time I would get ready to do it to him or something like that, it's like, damn, how did you make me bleed? Like, I still got 2 more days before I'm supposed to come home. Or like, damn, I just was off like 2 days ago. Why am I bleeding? You know, it's my one guy friend though, and I don't talk to him no more. But I was experiencing that. I'm like, shit, maybe he a fucking warlock, because why is it every time we do it, it's like you make my cycle come 2-3 days early, or I'm 3 days, 2 days off, and you still making me bleed. Like, what the fuck? But I never had bad intentions for him. Like, I never wanted him to fall in love with me or be addicted to me or no sex magic or nothing. Never once had that ever crossed my mind with him. So I'm saying, that's why I was saying, like, it's all about the intentions and things like that. Then I have my honey or whatever, and that recently happened to us or whatnot, TMI, but it did. And he was like, oh my God, like I never had this happen, like I never did this. I was cleaning him up and everything. It reminded me of my CNA days. But I was like, I have healing energy anyway. Like, it ain't like I'm trying to put a spell on you or anything like that, because it was never my intentions to be like, oh yeah, I got him now. I know I'm about to make him fall in love with me now. No, because I never want to make anybody do anything. I don't even make my kids do shit that they don't want to do for real. I always ask them how they feel about shit. Now, granted, I'm their mother and I have to parent sometimes, and what I say goes, but I listen to my children and I don't force them to do anything. So I wouldn't dare force a man to love me. You get what I'm saying? So you have to always have good intentions when you do things, and that's how you get good outcomes. So yeah, but you do have to be awake. And I started teaching myself about this stuff. Like, oh my God, people really do this. People really be trying to do certain things to you. But you know, when you always have a good heart, I'm coming out, darling, and good intentions, you ain't gonna get fucked up like that. Even if somebody tried to fuck you up. Because God knows our hearts, you know? But yeah, we was definitely talking about that. And that was making me think, like, I was like, I know that he was talking to people about this because I heard it through the grapevines. And I never did that. I never did a spell on nobody or a hex on nobody or anything. If anything, I pray for people. I have done a return to sender before, and not even knowing if in order for you to be affected by me doing a return to sender, that means that you had to do something to me and then it was returned to you. And you don't even have to technically do return to senders, because what goes around comes around and you reap what you sow. So me praying and cleansing my energy and doing a return to sender, and then you catch a backfire, that means you was up in my energy with negative intentions. You know, so that's what you have to know. That's the Bible. So yeah, always have positive intentions for somebody. And if a nigga feel like they done fell in love with me, baby, it's your heart. It's your heart, baby. Because I don't do spells on people. If you just need to admit that I'm a loving person and you fell in love with me. Flat the fuck out. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm about to ride with my baby so she can go to work or whatever. And I'll probably get back on here later after I get done doing my hair or whatnot. And I'm going to do my eyebrows today too. And then after Mari wash and blow dries his hair, then maybe I'll have one of my girls polish my nails for me. Still need to do my toes as well. My leg feeling a little bit better too, y'all. Like, I can do this, and I can rotate it. Like, this is what I wasn't able to do before because it was hurting, like all right here. And it still feels a little tense, but it's getting a lot better. I don't know if the yoga been helping or if time just been helping. And I have been trying to stretch it when I get the chance. So yeah. Then I can start doing me some squats and shit. I've been seeing some little videos of like little exercises you can do to get your stomach to go down, and you know, so I'm gonna be doing those or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all later because my baby need to brush her teeth and everything before we walk out the door.